best man.
Or the worst one.
The worst best man. It's a great honour to be a best man, and I do thank Graham for choosing me. This, however, doesn't mean I'm going to go easy on him. I've contacted many friends, family, digging for dirt and embarrassing stories, but none was forthcoming. So I thought either Graham's squeaky clean or he's got a lot of dirt on the people in this room. And I'm thinking that's what it was. People are worried about what gets released in revenge. I first met Graham early in 2009. We both warmed the bench and played full-back for an amateur football team. Graham was asking about if anyone fancied going for a night out. For me it was a bit of a stupid question. I was always up for a night out, and I thought, this guy's got to dance better than he can play football. Graham's got 2 left feet, whatever he does. Over the next few months we became great friends. Most of our time was spent downing beverages and terrorising groups of women. I met my lovely wife, Tanya, in December 2009 at a student party. As Graham mentioned already, I invited him to a party at Tanya's house in February 2010. I called him up and said 3 words: drunk student nurses. He replied with 3 words: when and where. Straight away I could see there was chemistry between Babs and Graham. There was some outrageous flirting that night. Most of it was from Graham. After initially hitting off, it was a couple of months of will they, won't they, before the 2 of them finally admitted that it was going to happen and became a couple. I'm sure that most of us will agree that Babs and Graham do make a great couple, and if anyone would like to show their appreciation for the person that got them together, it's a pint. If anyone has any complaints about the compatibility of these 2, my wife's over there. Take a number, discuss with her. Over the next few months they spent time together wherever they could before moving into a rented flat for inches. This was only temporary, and they soon decided to buy their own house together. After agreeing to buy the house, Graham decided he was going to propose. He took Babs to the street their new house was in and sat in the car outside. As some of you have seen already today, Graham does get a bit emotional. And instead of it being Babs that was crying, I'm just hoping they were tears of happiness. Their family was complete when they got Max. As you've heard already, Max is their dog. And for those of you who don't know Max, he's best described with the C word, and that is Chihuahua. All this has brought us here today. Anyone who's planned a wedding knows how stressful it is, and it's inevitable that every couple will have arguments. Well done to Mr. and Mrs. Borland for planning this great day, but I do have to point out there was one serious argument that they did have on getting here. Graham stood firm on the choice of first dance. He wanted Crocodile Shoes by Jimmy Nail.
Sorry.
Luckily for Babs, Graham took the only surviving cassette into the bath and destroyed it. That was last week. There are a couple of things that you're not supposed to mention at a wedding, but I feel like I have to. I feel like I've got to mention Graham's drink problem. Well, the main problem is he can't handle his drink. Luckily, he's married into a Dingwall family, so they'll get him trained. I'd just like to thank most of you for making the effort coming here today. There's a couple of suits at the back that should be kilts. A massive thank you to Nancy for almost getting Babs here on time. Your plan of telling her that the ceremony started at 10 AM must have worked. I'm sure you're all in agreement that Babs and all the bridesmaids look fantastic. Yeah. Here, here. It's ironic that Babs and Graham served chicken for the wedding breakfast. I told Graham, treat your wedding night like a chicken dinner. A little nibble on the breast, a little nibble on the leg, and a lot of stuffing. written many, many, many more jokes, but we still have over 400 photos to do, so I'm going to I would just like to leave you with this thought. They say love is blind. Luckily for Graham, Babs has a very strong prescription. And I'll just ask you all, be upstanding and raise a glass. Mr. and Mrs. Borland, Babs and Graham.
Babs and Graham.